yours, Allen Sanyu, from Everything Mental, and we are still continuing with our topic, loss at the workplace. I have a guest with me today. She's very known to some of you or most of you. She's a very renowned journalist. She's been an MP for Mitiana, woman MP Mitiana, and she's done so many great things during her career in that line. Yes, so please join me as I welcome Honorable Joyce Bagala. Honorable, you're welcome to this show. We are very honored to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes, so Honorable, we have been talking about loss at the workplace, and we've been telling people that loss does not necessarily mean that there's death of a colleague or death of a boss. Loss comes in so many different ways. It can come as a dismissal, it can come as an end of a contract, it can come in very many ways. Yes, so but how people perceive it and how they take it on is also very different. Yes, so Honorable would like to know any viewer who wants to really know about you, and they would want to use this opportunity to get to know you as Honorable. They see the glamorous Honorable on TV. Yeah, so they want to know, who is Honorable Joyce Bagala?
Yeah, definitely. My name is Joyce Bagala Ntwatwa. I am the outgoing Member of Parliament, Mitiana District. I am a journalist by profession. I come from Mitiana, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Very nice place there.
Yes, it is nice.
Yeah, great work you've done there.
Thank you.
Done.
Thank you.
Yes, so tell us more about your loss at the workplace. Your recent loss for the MP seat.
For the MP seat.
Yes.
Well, when you talk about loss, it comes in many forms. In many forms. Even when you're an MP, you can have loss.
Yeah.
Even at the place of work. Even in the course of duty. But me personally, losing the MP seat, it's not the first time that I'm losing, because it's not the first time I am standing. I stood for the same position in 2016 and I lost. And when I lost, the people were amazed at how I took it and how I behaved, because life went on. After that loss, what can I say? I cut my losses and went back to journalism. So I did lose. I can't tell anyone that when you lose, you're happy. No one loses and they're happy. No loss makes you happy.
It comes with its own
exactly. When you lose, you feel bad, because your expectation was that you're going to win. When you stand, when you go to the people and you ask them for the votes, you expect that they will give you the votes and win. That is your wish. That is what you want. That is what you expect. That is what is
no one gets into the race knowing they will lose, definitely.
Of course, that is the reality. Is you know that when you are in a race, one of you has to win.
Of course.
Whether you want or not, one of you has to win. Yes. But the thing is, you really hope, you really wish that you're the one who wins.
Yes.
Okay? But I am lucky, I think, as a person, because I want to speak about loss at so many levels.
Wow.
I think you take loss fairly well if you have lost before. Wow. Because I've lost before.
So and you still got back.
Exactly. Wow. And I have not just lost the job. I've lost parents. I've lost loved ones. So I know how much it hurts to lose. The loss of the MP seat is not as bad as losing a loved one, as losing a parent. So for an orphan like myself, if I felt so bad, if I broke down, I think even God would be mad at me, because
you're not being grateful.
I'm not being grateful. Yes. I've lost much more. This is not really the greatest that I've lost. And to be spiritual, I think as human beings, we are just not grateful.
You're very rational.
Yes, but I want to say that I'm grateful, very grateful. I think there are not many people who are like me. There are not many orphans that God has given the opportunity to experience love. I have experienced that love. There are not many orphans that have experienced the things that I have, the life that I have, the opportunities that I have, the education that I've gotten, the people that I have, the friends that I have.
I've actually always thought you were coming from a very planned family.
It is just because
Yeah.
I am grateful. Because I know people who have their parents and they haven't gone to school. People who have loved ones and they lack love, they lack friendship, they don't have that sort of unity. And for me, even when I have a small circle, it's a small circle of people who truly, honestly love me. So when I am dealing with loss, I must compare things, honestly. Because when you say, but God, what did I do to deserve this?
Why me?
Why me?
Yeah.
Honestly, God will even ask, but you. Are you fair? Have you forgotten?
This fast.
Yeah, me who has been your parent, me who has been your father, me who has been your mother, me who has been there for you. How can you be? I have done interviews and I've told people that I have never looked for a job apart from asking to become MP.
God has given you divine favor.
You know that? And I've always told people, I've said it publicly, I have a lot of favor. So this loss, yet it is there. But then I've had much more. I've had a lot of blessings. Even the opportunity to be MP for the 5 years has been a huge opportunity. There are people who have been standing for 5 years and they've given up.
More so owing to the fact that you had already lost,
Yes.
but still you didn't get down.
Yeah, I didn't give up.
Self-pity.
Yes.
You still came back and still won.
If you talk about self-pity, that cannot be in the same sentence with Joyce. Never. That's not me. So, but I know how loss is because sometimes there's a situation of uncertainty. But you see, again, I am lucky when it comes to politics, when it comes to being an MP, I have been a reporter at Parliament. So I have known that every other political term, there are people who will bounce back, there are people who will lose. The only problem is that as human beings, most of the time you don't think that you'll be among those who will not come back. But then, now, here I am among those who have not come back. The thing about loss is that there will be people who will feel for you, who will be your support system, who will call you, who will send you a message and say, oh, how are you doing? Oh, are you okay? How are you coping? But there will also be many other people who will laugh about it, who will smile, who will celebrate. I'm very sure, for those of you who have been watching on social media, who've been following, you know very well that there are people who have been wishing that I fall, who have been wishing that I'm defeated. I'm sure they are happy.
Those are always there.
Exactly.
In every profession.
Exactly. Yeah. So everyone must understand that when you are at your lowest, when you have lost, there are people who will be happy. There are people who will celebrate, but there are people who will be with you. But the thing is, you ask yourself, if you celebrate, and then? Because if you celebrate and you're not the person who defeated me, so why are you celebrating? Because you're not the one going to Parliament.
True.
You get it? You're celebrating, but you're not even my family. You could find their family members who will also celebrate. That happens everywhere. But you have, first of all, to be strong enough to understand those things. You also have to be spiritual, because when you're not, then you're not grateful.
Very, very important.
Yes, spirituality helps us to be grateful, to understand that, yes, I have failed here, I've been defeated, I've lost here, but I've got all these other blessings.
I'm alive.
And those other blessings make up for this loss. And this loss is not the end of the world. I mean, most of the people know me, but they do not know me as a member of Parliament. Most people have known me because of the work that I've done before.
That is
That's also very important. And I've been...
Not just a journalist, a prominent journalist.
Oh, thank you. So that is one of the things that really makes me a very strong person. I have the grace of the Lord. I have the favor of the Lord. I am positive about life. I know if this fails, everything else cannot fail, because you cannot live life on just one thing. I didn't go to Parliament for the sake of it. I went because I wanted to serve, because I'm playing a role in the affairs of my country. And guess what? I'm not going to stop just because I'm not in Parliament. Yes.
And the fact that you're spiritual, you still go back to the Bible and reflect, ask yourself, what does the Father say about me?
Exactly.
What does my Heavenly Father say about me? I am great.
Yes.
He's got good plans for me.
Exactly.
He will not fail me.
Yes.
Yes. So when you have all that at the back of your mind, then it's just a redirection.
Yeah, but we don't forget, of course, my situation would be maybe different. Maybe different because of the opportunities that I've been able to get, to access, the friends, the people, my partner, my family, my friends. Because after the elections, of course, I spoke to most of my friends, and each of them was very strong. And it's unfortunate that I have a number of friends that were defeated, but I spoke to most of them. In fact, I was speaking to the Honorable Semujonganda, and he was already at the farm. He had already accepted. That very evening, he went for prayers, went to his farm. And he gave me a lot of encouragement. I was speaking to the Honorable Medadwega Segona. Even yesterday we met, and we were just talking about the things that we are supposed to do now that we are out of Parliament, instead of now thinking about, I'm not going back to Parliament. Because that is the reality. It has happened.
Grieve it, accept.
Exactly.
Move on. Yeah.
But we must understand that we are different. Not everyone will be like Joyce Bagala. Not everyone will have the opportunity to have the same friends, to have the same circle, to have the same contacts, to get the same guidance, to get the same advice. So there are people who are really not doing well, and their mental health really matters. And for me, I'm not saying that I don't care about men, but I'm more concerned about women, because I've spoken to a number of colleagues and they're women, and they haven't really accepted it yet. And time is fast running. It is very important when loss happens for you to accept it.
The longer it takes for you to accept it,
the longer it takes for you to adjust and to make better plans.
And it also takes a mental toll on you.
Exactly.
Unknowingly.
Yeah. And you see, people do not care about the mental well-being of people who have experienced loss at work and in other capacities. You'll find someone laughing at a parent who has lost a child, laughing at a child who has lost a parent, laughing at someone who has been sacked at a job, someone who has been demoted, someone who, you find it. And I think it's...
she thought she was the best.
Exactly.
Showing off.
Exactly. Yeah, you find it a lot. You see it on social media. And me, I am glad that I don't pay a lot of attention to negativity. I don't do that. Yeah, that human is my friend, that person that you see there. Yeah, and he knows that we just laugh, we smile, we talk about the positivity of life, because you can't keep in the negatives. But I think we need, as a society, as a community, as human beings, as Ugandans, to learn to accept. That's number one. But also to make it easy for people who have lost in every aspect. I know there are people, especially because of the political environment in Uganda, people who have lost hope, people who are bitter, people who are angry, people who are, I don't know, all sorts of things.
We've gone to Butarika to that, even that.
Yeah, but also they do not know how to heal. They don't have solutions. Now they vent on social media. and inventing they want to affect other people. They want to project that sort of negativity on other people. And sometimes it's also because of loss, because of loss of self-esteem, loss of jobs, unemployment, hopelessness,
They don't even know how to deal with
yeah,
the situation.
loneliness, you know, all sorts of things. And you see it out there. And it's a bit worrying.
Very worrying.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying.
Very worrying that people do not accept, they do not take life positively after loss. They feel like, oh, I'm not enough, oh, this is failure, how will I even get out of the house?
Yeah, but you see, let me tell you, when it comes to parliament, there's no way you can say, how will I get out of the house? There are people who lost. There are people who were in the 9th parliament and they're going back in the 12th parliament. So you cannot simply say, oh, how will I get out? You will get out. Please do get out. Please live life. There's more to life than just being a member of parliament.
True.
You know that in Uganda, we are about 50 million in population. There are just 529 members of parliament. So the rest of Ugandans live. They are not in parliament.
And there's so many other opportunities
Exactly.
that you can explore.
Exactly.
At least redirect your life. Use this time as time to reinvent yourself.
But you may not even need to redirect. When you enter parliament, my friends who had been in parliament would tell me, when I won the election in 2021, they told me that, you know what, now that you have entered parliament, please think about exit.
Oh yes, because there's that notion of anything that has a start date
has an end. So they told me, now that you have come to parliament, please think about exit. So at the back of your mind, whatever you do, please think about exit, because the exit can happen at whatever time.
True.
At whatever time.
But when it happens, are you ready?
Exactly. That's the thing. And for me, I started the term in court. I had a court petition. I got a lot of advice, especially from the Honorable Meda Segona. So we would sit, he was my lawyer, and there are many times we would sit and talk about it. He didn't talk about only the beautiful things, only the good things, only the good ending. He told me, here we are with the court case, we are fighting to win it. But please note, even if you don't win it, you are an MP. You've become an MP. You are an honorable member of parliament. So even if you stop here, you will have become an MP. That's number one.
Once an honorable, always an
Then he told me, even if you stopped here, your life can never be the same. Even if you... He kept telling me all those things. So I knew.
You have at least celebrated the victory.
Good enough. I won the petition. But he had already prepared me. Prepared me for the good ending, prepared me for the bad ending. So even now, at the loss, I spoke to him, I spoke to the Honorable Mpuga, I spoke to Honorable Semuju, and we talked about it. Remember, all of them, all of those three have been in parliament for 3 terms. I've been in parliament for 1 term. All of them are male, I am female. You know?
I know.
All of them are older than me. But I have benefited from their counsel. And these are people who will tell you, this is the best way to invest. This is not a good way of investing. This is a good way to live your life as an MP. So that even if you stop being an MP, you will still live in society a respected citizen.
I think that also goes back to your personality as you,
Yeah.
Joyce. Yes, so there are people, they've made it, or now have made it, and now are an MP. No one is telling me anything. I have made it. I would live life my way. But I think you're the kind who seeks counsel from those who went there before you. So there's that respect, and then you learn from them. You're not an island. Yeah,
it also depends on how you conduct yourself. When you become an MP, when your status is elevated, when there's a transition, do you keep your friends? Do you keep the people you have been with? Do you
person.
become a different person? Because then when this fails,
You still go back to them.
but it becomes very difficult, you know? So that's why it's very important when you're choosing your circle, choose it wisely. But when you choose it wisely, be committed to that circle. If you see me today, if I went to the Akabozi newsroom, I'd still blend in. If I went to Next Media, even the MPs, those that went through, those that didn't go through, because that's how life is supposed to be lived.
Because the title did not take away your personality as you before the title and after the title.
Yeah.
So people get fascinated with titles, and then when they, at the end of the day, when they experience this loss, like how do I get out if I'm not minister? How do I get out if I'm not MP?
But can I tell you, you have to get out because you can't stay in the house forever. You know, you have to get out. You know, you have family, you have children, you need to look after them. You have things to look after. You have a business and it needs to go on. You probably have a farm, it needs to go on.
Now you have to meet these friends that you left behind. You've only been associating with these
MPs only.
Now my class changed. What?
Then you have to go back slowly.
Yes.
No, I think
they've already evolved, they've moved on.
No, I think the most important thing, and I'm really, really happy about myself. When I have friends, I'm very loyal to my friends. I keep with my friends, and I make decisions not just for today. I make decisions that I know are long term, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. You know, you might disappoint your friend, you might humiliate your friend, you might whatever to your friend, yet you don't know what tomorrow holds. And then the following day, you do not know how to look at them.
True.
You're embarrassed to look at them. You don't know what to tell them. You want to apologize to them, but will they even take that apology? So I think the most important thing is to understand that when you get an opportunity, good, it's positive, it's beautiful, celebrate it, be happy. But at the back of your mind, you must know that at some point, this opportunity might cease, might stop, might go, might stop. So when it does, how do I come back
to this community?
Exactly. For me, when I lost, there were other elections, local government elections, the councillors, you know. I had to remain there because I had my supporters that were standing as councillors, as LC5 chairperson, as mayors. I had to be there. I had to support them. Just on Saturday, I had an engagement with them. I am still with them because then
you're still a leader. It doesn't take away
exactly
the fact that you're a leader.
And the people and the people that you relate with, you have to remain with them. The challenges of loss is not preparing well. You do not know how you will live. You don't know how you will survive. And I know we had a conversation before we came on air of people who have been members of parliament and their mental well-being is really affected. Some of them get sick. You find they can't afford medical insurance. The kids cannot afford school. You can't afford fuel. You can't afford a certain type of car. So it is also important that we who have lost understand, accept, adjust, and move on. When you adjust, this is what happens. What sort of car are you driving? Probably you're driving a car that consumes a lot of fuel because you can afford, because there's a fuel allowance in Parliament. Which fuel allowance you may not get? Maybe you need to downgrade, and that's okay.
Remember, there's been a social status.
It's okay. You know, when you try to please society, you are going to affect yourself and the people close to you. It's very important to not want to please society. It is good to do things for yourself, for your well-being, for your mental well-being, for your close family. Because at the end of the day, you just go back to your family, not this society that judges you. That social status, oh, so-and-so has been driving this kind of car, now she's driving this. It is better to adjust. Maybe you downgrade, but still have a car that you can afford, as opposed to stretching with a car that you cannot afford.
You're pleasing the society, but internally
you're dying.
Yeah.
Actually, it's internal bleeding.
Yeah,
and they do not know. And that's not right. But also, the people, just by nature, who do not take loss very well. These are people that we need to talk to. These are people we need to support as colleagues, as fellow women, as society. Yeah. You know, two people will lose. One will bounce back fast. The other will not. So because, exactly, and because of that difference, we need to be a little bit kind. We need to be more considerate. We need to look out for each other. Yeah, I try. I actually try. I call fellow women. There's a group that we have. We keep joking. We laugh. We share.
Those who lost still, or
even those who even those who went through. Those who went through, because there are a number that went through, who are my friends. I was happy for them. I was very happy for Zambali, hey, my person. Yeah, I was very happy. I was very happy for Nakwede Harriet. She went through so much. I think those are the people that I was really, really so happy about, Zambali and Nakwede Harriet. I'm happy about the rest of them, but Zambali because it's my person, but also Nakwede because she's gone through a lot. I think she really needed to go through to experience that sort of happiness or victory. Yeah, and I was really happy for her. And the rest of them, I have called some of them, I've met some of them, and I've congratulated them. And yes, we are still talking, we are still in contact. Some people, when they lose, they don't even want to talk to the ones that have, gone through. And it's not right. Yeah, because God gave them the opportunity
to go. Because they feel like this person is celebrating victory. They wouldn't understand my pain. So if you approach someone who has lost right now, and they'll watch this video, of course, they will resonate so well with whatever you're talking about. And whoever has been probably in their bubble or coil, they will start to uncoil. And if Joyce can come out and talk about this, maybe I should also go out in the public
and talk about it.
I shouldn't stay down for long. I should also get up. Yeah, so this that you're doing right now is therapy for the rest. So I applaud you for that. Thank you for accepting this.
Thank you so much. And I really, really appreciate you guys, because there are not many organizations that are looking at the mental well-being of people that have lost, especially a political loss, because a political loss is a contestation. The ones that have gone through are really happy and celebrating. Now the ones that have lost, because you lose so much. You lose psychologically, you lose money, you lose so much. Exactly. Sometimes you're even betrayed, and betrayal, a mixture of all things.
And people tag immediately with the winners. And
oh yes, that's how it is. Because when someone wins, people assume, people think, in many ways it is, because now the expectation is that how will this person now help me? How will I get bailed? How will be supported? The one that has won will more likely support them.
Of course,
and let me tell you.
Is it transactional to that extent?
Yeah, to some extent it is. But also, let me tell you, generally speaking, no one wants to associate with loss. Everyone wants to associate with victory, with the positivity, with what is good. And loss is not good. Loss is not good.
I believe loss is good.
Loss is good as a lesson.
Depending on how you look at it. Yes, it can be loss now.
Yeah.
But it's going to help you redirect your life and be a better candidate tomorrow.
That's true.
The experience that you pick from loss does not leave you the same.
That is true.
At times you might have people that have been lingering around you, but they are not real.
You're so right
Real.
about that.
And this is a time
Yeah,
for,
for
you
them to,
yes,
yeah, for them to
shadows,
detach.
yes, to
Yeah,
detach and
yeah.
know, okay, now this is my real main
Yes.
people. These are my real people.
But you know,
support
you
system
can
and-
actually
yeah.
know your real people. You can actually know within no time people that are yours. Like I told you, the ones that will send you that message of how are you, how did you sleep. The one, you know, me, I have a friend of mine, Rose. I keep talking about her, Chigongo. She would send me airtime during campaigns. She would call even her husband. The husband will send money. Rose will send money. Rose will say, are you okay? Can I come and check on you? I think we need to do this. I think we need to do that. Now, that is your real person.
Yeah, that's your person.
That's your person. The people that are not yours, you will see them. You know, you cannot hide. Somehow it will show. Eventually it will show. For me, the people that I feel sad about, colleagues that make decisions that affect them at loss. When you have made financial decisions that affect you, it is sad. Yeah, it's sad. It's a serious issue. It's no joke. And most of the parliaments have been talking about this. I remember when the Right Honorable Kadaga was still Speaker of Parliament, she used to talk about it a lot. Even when we are starting the term, they talk about it a lot. Members, please don't borrow a lot. Da, 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 da. But eventually people end up borrowing. You know, people make decisions maybe to sell property during campaigns when it becomes so intense. And then the campaigners say, oh, you have it, or you have it. You probably end up selling property, selling your house, borrowing money. So when you lose, you're not
Just
only
losing
thinking about
the
title. You're also thinking about the money. Where will you get it? The property. And that's why it's important for all of us to think and make good decisions, or to be in good company, because that company will advise you, will guide you, and you won't make mistakes. You won't make those decisions that will affect you, because when you lose, but then you have your home, you know, no one is going to say, get out of this house. You're okay. When you lose, but you have a garden, you're going to get your matoke, you're going to get your greens, you're going to get your chicken at the weekend, and you'll be sorted, because those are basic needs: food, accommodation. And then you have a place where you get some income, and you'll be able to take your kids to school. You have education insurance, for instance, and your kids will still go to the same schools. That's okay. If you have old children, you can talk to them. You can sit them down and make them understand that, you know, mommy has lost. I hope you know. And they are aware, because even the children, the loss is not just your loss. It's also the loss of your children, your family, your immediate family. So you need to have a conversation with them for them to understand this loss and how it affects all of them. So if they
something they've already accepted,
of course,
all of them?
of course, because we've had conversations about it, and they also make adjustments. When the kids are a bit grown, they'll understand. They'll know that since now Mama is not MP, maybe there are things we may not ask for. There are others we will ask for. Definitely she will provide, but there are others we may not. If we've been going out, maybe, let me say, twice a month, maybe we need to go once a month, since now the situation has changed.
And they embraced it so well.
Of course. You know, when you move with your immediate family on your journey, they move with you. They move with you to victory. They move with you at loss. They move with you everywhere you go. You are together. Yes. And it's very important.
And your workers at home, at the farm?
My workers, yeah.
Have they taken it?
Yeah, they have taken it very well. I am actually very glad. You know, some workers are so considerate. My house help had told me that, you know, Auntie, when you finish the election, after the election, I will need to retire. I've been with her for like 9 years, and she wanted to retire. But when I lost, she told me, you know what, I think I need to keep around to be with you. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. So when we were having that conversation, she said, you know what, I think I need to stay around to be with you a little bit more during this time. I think we need to sit together and see how we are going to handle this. I think it will not be so nice for someone new to come and be with the kids. I think I need to be with them because they're used to me. And that's really beautiful about her. And I really, really love her. I really appreciate her. Yeah, Priska, he knows her. Yes.
What doesn't he know about you?
Oh, he knows so much. Yeah, even my children. Yeah.
Yes. So, as we wind up, Honorable, what message do you have for anyone aspiring to join this career? For anyone generally trying to navigate loss in different spheres, of life, the workplace, what advice do you have for these people?
Okay.
One who is getting into this and the other already facing loss.
Number one, for the ones aspiring to become leaders, politicians, MPs, councillors, we are going into LC1 elections, even those ones. Number one, you need to have conviction. You need to do things with conviction. You don't do things because you're excited. You need to be sure this is what you want. Yeah. Even within yourself, that this is what you want to do. And you want to do it for the good of society, for the good of your community, for you to serve, to play a role, to make a contribution to the affairs of a country. Yes, exactly. But I would also want to warn them. Society now is not so good, especially social media, especially sections of political groups. There are people who I think have lost it completely. Anything they see is negative, is abuse, humiliation, bringing people down. Me, I've seen it.
I see it. There's so much cyber harassment.
So if you're not ready for that cyber harassment, idea, you've got to grow that thick skin. Because some of us have gone through it, not 1 year, not 2 years. And I think now the people who are abusing are tired. I think they're tired. They're saying, now this one, we don't know what to do for her. So you have to be ready for that. You need to be ready for that. You also need to be ready for a certain population that will never understand you. You know, there are people who genuinely may not understand. Genuinely. Then there are those who will intentionally, who will make a decision not to understand you. Those are also there. So you have to be aware of this. You have to be aware of the politics. Oh my God. If you come and you have leverage, you have added advantage, everyone would want to pull you down. You have to be ready for that. You've got to be courageous. You've got to be determined. You have to make sure you know what sort of decisions to make. Because everyone will talk, everyone will make noise, everyone will say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, you've got to make certain decisions. Those decisions may not be sweet to some people, may not be nice to some people, but you've got to make those decisions. Because in the end, you'll understand how good those decisions might be. Now, that is to someone aspiring. But we also tell them, it is all not bad. There are beautiful moments there also. Yes. Becoming a leader is nice. Leading people is beautiful. But there are also other nice things that people don't want to talk about freely. It doesn't come free. You get paid. You get paid. Members of Parliament, for instance, are some of the highly paid people in Uganda. Yes, and that's a fact. But some people will not want to talk about it, will pretend about it. You know,
the respect to command from the
exactly. Yeah, That's the truth. Then, loss. Those who've lost, take heart. Be grateful. Let me tell you, any opportunity that God gives you, it's beautiful enough. Any blessing that you have, it's beautiful enough. You cannot have everything. You cannot have everything. No. Because you are a Joyce Bagala. Everyone has known you as an anchor, as a journalist, as everyone has known you. God has done that for you. God has allowed you to be in Parliament for 5 years. Be grateful for that. So when you lose, you remember that, yes, I've lost, but I have these blessings. God has blessed me this way.
There are people who have tried to break through even for 20 years
and they failed. Yeah. And they failed. There are not as many people that have gotten the opportunities that some of us have. So when you lose, yes, it is bad. It's understandable. Psychologically, it's not nice. People will talk. People will laugh. People will celebrate. People will, those are them.
That's their perception.
Yes, even when you are in a newsroom, even when you become manager of a newsroom, there are people who will feel bad about it. When you lose that position, there are people who will laugh. Even when you're a mere reporter, there are people who will laugh when you have lost that job. Even when you have a business and a fire gets the market where your stall is, there are people who will laugh now. Now she's going back to zero. She's going back to the village. So, exactly. At whatever level, even when you've not been making any profit, just people who are bad, people who are evil, people who are devilish, they'll just be happy just to know. Like a small stall like this, it gets destroyed, gutted by fire, and someone is celebrating, saying, let him go back to the village.
And I think God allows them to be in our communities just for our growth.
Exactly.
And don't take things for granted.
So, but also for people who have lost, to not be alone. Don't just be in the house there alone. Don't, it's okay. You can.
Honorable Joyce, she's already on camera.
Yes.
Sharing.
It's okay to be in the public space. It's okay to share. It's okay to vent. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay. Because then you can heal. It relieves your emotions, but it also gives you insights in what you can do after this loss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Very informative, very insightful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Yes, so you heard it from the horse's mouth. She said it all. She exhausted everything. Yes, so loss does not define you. Mm-hmm. Anyone dealing with loss out there, it doesn't define you. It is just a time to redirect, to reinvent yourself, to do something just different. Learn from the experience and then move on. Accept, adapt, and
adjust. Yeah, move on.
Yeah. So anyone who is dealing with loss out there, please accept. It starts with acceptance. The longer you live in denial, it will be too bad for you. It will take a very heavy mental toll on you. So the earlier you accept it, the easier the rest of the journey will be. Yes, so please accept and move on. So I've been Alan, still Sanyo, with my very beautiful
thanks so much, Joyce Bagala.
Guest, yes, Joyce Bagala. And please follow us, subscribe on our YouTube channel, Everything Mentor, for all these stories and much more. Yeah, thank you.